our dude, the nuclear physicist, is back. If you guys don't remember, a few weeks ago we had a story where a nuclear physicist, or he was training to be a nuclear physicist or planning to be one. He was going into the military under the physicist branch, and so he went on a dating show, and the woman, listened to him, said he was boring, dismissed him, super quick, super fast, got him out of that piece. And so, yeah, we covered that. He came back on the show to explain what's been going on with him since then. And so we'll take a look at that.
Might move.
Hi.
You think so?
I think the jack is going to move. Let's see.
All right.
Because if there's success... Okay, I'm quiet.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
Thank you. So what's going on? Okay, I want to know everything. So you told me that you didn't even know you went viral until yesterday or the day before.
I'm busy making money.
Right. So I got home from basic about a week to 2 weeks ago, and yesterday I received a call saying that I had went viral due to the clip when I was on the Pineapple Show.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How did you feel about that? Did you see, because it's been, I don't know how long ago that was, probably like 3 weeks ago or so. So how do you going viral?
So, like I said, I didn't know until someone called me and told me. They heard that I was home and they were like, "Did you ever go on a dating show?" And I was like, "I don't think so." And then I remembered that I went on the Pineapple Show and I was like, yeah, actually, hold on. Wait, yes, I did. So... yeah, I ended up learning about the videos. I also learned that the girl that I talked to ended up getting interviewed by several people. It was a huge debacle. Yeah.
For sure. So, okay, so tell me, so what do you do now? Because you told me you're not going to be a...
Right. So, I went into the Navy as an enlisted under the nuclear program. While I was at basic, some circumstances came up, and I decided that I was no longer interested in the nuclear program as an enlisted. So while I was separating, I had a lieutenant commander and like a few senior chiefs, not all at the same time, but at separate times, tell me that my stats were good and that I had good military bearing, and that they recommend that I come back later as a commissioned officer. So that's the route that I plan on taking right now. I'm currently studying for it. But the surface warfare officer position that I'm going for eventually leads to commanding ships on and off times of war. So it's a pretty good position. I definitely like the idea of having my own ship. So
that sounds good. Yeah. Hell yeah. So wait, so tell me, how did you feel about...
All right, so we'll take a freeze here. It sounds like he's moving in a different direction in his career from when the last time we heard about him. Randy, did you look up what he was talking about? Basically his new boat job.
Oh, you mean the actual title of it?
Yeah.
No.
All right, so he's going to be in command of ships or whatnot. Not quite nuclear physicist, but still.
Yeah, they want him doing war commands. Yeah, they're like, no, we need you over here, right? And probably through a bonus, salary, whatever. And because it's kind of a trip, right? How he veered from like nuclear physicist, and that's like, oh, now you're going to command warships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still in the same realm of things. Chris?
It's still a paycheck.
I already knew you were going to say that.
It's still a paycheck, and this girl loses.
Yeah, that's true.
They gave him 10 times more responsibility.
Right.
How much does a ship cost? We're talking about millions. We're talking about millions of dollars, and you are commanding ships with weaponry, technology.
Chris was like, "I'm bringing it right back to the jacket." If you guys are not familiar,
that stuff. Right?
Yeah, let me wrap this up real fast. If you guys are not familiar, what we do on the show is we hand out the jacket. So you can see the jacket up top. It's currently leaning towards the men's side because we had a bad week last week, ladies and gentlemen.
They did.
But I think Can I do this a little bit? Can I lean it back over there like that, Randy?
That's a good move right
all
there.
Right,
I think it's gonna go a little further. You know,
but kind of lean it like that a little bit. Just get it back over there a little.
So like, let's see. Hold on.
So you're in command of ships that are worth millions of US dollars, technology worth millions of US dollars, weaponry that's worth millions of US dollars, and then to put the sprinkle on top, soldiers.
The most valuable asset.
You
right?
are in charge of human life now,
right?
Not to reproduce and this and blah blah, but you're responsible of these guys. These ships can hold 200, 300 people, and the key word is ships with an S. So your job went from colossal to 2 times, 3 times colossal.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that everybody's been talking about him. Not everybody, but he was trending on the internet for a few weeks. He was viral for a minute, but he was gone. Like, he didn't even know this stuff was happening. He does not
He's charismatic about it. He's like, well, oh yeah, I went viral. Okay, well.
Yeah, so
people.
Yeah, this girl swiped. Which one is positive on Tinder, y'all? Swiping left or swiping right? I don't know. I haven't been on there forever.
Yeah, she swiped.
But she swiped whatever the bad way is on him, like, super fast. He went off, took care of his business, and now he's...
As he should, and it's like, and he's gonna be like, what they're setting him up for is money for the rest of his life.
Well, that doesn't matter because I'm in nursing school. I said in the earlier interview that I had yesterday, the only issue that I had was really the fact that when I stated that I was studying nuclear physics for the Navy, that she felt, or at least we believe that she felt, that I was trying to impress her. And thus she came back with a combative, well, that doesn't matter because I'm in nursing school, which I find unattractive in women. If I say that I do something for my work, it's because I'm introducing myself in what I do. It has nothing to do with necessarily, I believe I'm better than you because I do this. It wasn't my intent. If I came off that way, I apologize. But ultimately, it was just like, I don't find it attractive at all for anyone, not just a woman, to try and one-up the other person in that manner.
Okay, so her calling you boring, you didn't really care?
Saying that I had no personality was a bit of a sting. I don't believe that I got to portray my personality at all during the Pineapple Show, mainly because the issue that I had while I was on, a lot of people noticed that I was looking away from the camera a lot. So the reason why I went on to the Pineapple Show was because I was in a call with a bunch of my friends, and I made the suggestion that one of us should go on the Pineapple Show and fuck around for a bit. So
they were like, how you guys feel about my show?
So they were like, no, Mel, we love you. We love you. It's not you, Mel. It was the other girl that we wanted to fuck with. It wasn't you. We love your show. You're amazing. What it was, right, was they were like, so you should do it then because you suggested it. And I was like, okay, we'll play for it. I lost, and I ended up coming on the show. So at the time, I wasn't really interested in trying to get this girl, right? Because, well, I already have a girlfriend. I've had a girlfriend for the past 2 years. So ultimately, I was just waiting for my time to get pineappled so that I could move on with whatever the fuck I was doing. So that's why I was looking around. I was just kind of like, God damn, when is this shit going to be over? I wasn't really nervous per se. As you can see, like, I'm able to talk to you pretty easily. This isn't like any...
Is he capping or is he stunning?
It sounds good.
What is he doing? Is he capping or is he stunning? He came back with a vengeance.
Well, yeah, I feel like he has to, but the one thing that I like that he said, and I love that he said this, was that it's not attractive to do a one-up when I'm introducing myself, you know, because an introduction is what? Sharing who you are.
All right, gentlemen, we got Professor Chris in the house right now. Go ahead, Professor Chris. Tell the young man how to handle these situations.
You know what? Like, my thing is like, when you're conversing with someone, right, for the first time, you're looking to see if you guys can match besides just the physical, you know what I mean, intellectual, financial, all those O's and R's at the end of the words, those things, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, hey, I'm a dentist. Oh, I work at the candy store. Ooh, could that match? Because you're going to hear me complain about cavities I'm dealing with. And you're selling candy. You're gonna be like, man, I'm trying to move this candy out. So can we match? Can we mix? You know, and he made a great point there. Like, why does somebody have to do it one up? Oh, I'm doing this. Or I'm doing that. Like, it's not a competition, sweets. We're not in competition with you. Kinda we don't care, depending on the stature of the man, to be honest.
I mean, it's fair to say, I think the more money a dude makes, the less he cares about what his girl or wife does. Like, it only matters if she needs to be doing something, right? But if you're a millionaire guy, then you probably, like, you'll go to McDonald's and pick up a wife, and what's the difference?
Well, yeah, because guys do it too. I have a word for them I can't say on the air.
Guys do what?
Guys do that too, you know.
I'll pick up like millionaire chicks.
Everything's flipped. So women are super duper successful. So then they have the rebuttal.
Ooh, can I disagree with this? I don't think guys can do that. I don't think women date down the same way men do.
Unfortunately, they are.
Yeah.
All right, so we get a lawyer woman. Like, say she making $250,000 a year. She's gonna date somebody working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
If she feels like she can change him.
Where y'all live at? Shoo.
If she feels like she can change him, she will do that. And
look at this.
I wouldn't even say change. I wouldn't even say
we
change.
Got a comment.
Bridging the gap, talking about slide the jacket back over. Nothing even happened. What are you talking about?
Flowers started.
What are you talking about? We should be sliding it over towards y'all side on this topic.
Flowers are for you.
But
yeah, no. All right, so look, Chris is about to say it right now. A female lawyer making $250,000 a year is not gonna date a dude making $25,000-$30,000 at McDonald's. That's where do you see that happen at?
Because
and Chris is gonna say if she thinks she can change him, she gonna try to put him through law school or something.
No. It's not that. It's to me, it's silly that women do it some, but she'll do that. And these are the alpha females. These are the women that want to wear the pants in a relationship and dictate the relationship. And then this guy is going to be submissive to her, which is, you know how I feel about that. And you see it all the time. And because remember what I said earlier, if a man is trying to obtain his goals, he's broken because he's not complete till he accomplishes this. Right? So this guy's broken, and then a woman, unfortunately, oh, well, let me sprinkle myself on him to fix him. And that's what some of these women will do. It's a big stretch on maybe McDonald's worker versus a lawyer, but she would consider somebody in the law firm office.
But that's what I mean. It's a big stretch for a woman, but not a male. A dude who's a lawyer making $250,000 will date a woman who doesn't do anything and not even check for anything.
Because I almost wish that I could do a statistic, but people are not going to do it because it's going to look bad. Like how many women got a man at home that don't do nothing? When I mean don't do nothing, don't work.
I think
they don't bring no income, and you'll be surprised.
I don't think it's a lot.
Ooh.
I think we grew up in a space where it might be more than general America. But I think
but it varies. I'll speak for my field of work, nursing, that like women are like 5-1. Men are better nurses. I'm not trying to sound like that.
Yeah, but
we're better nurses, but they're not men nurses going out there. when I fill out these jobs and when I'm at school and when I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm seeing these dudes drop their girl off. I see it too often. At work, I'm seeing these guys drop their women off. And I'm like this, if he's busy doing X, Y, and Z, he don't have time to pick her up and drop her off. That's a job in itself. Like, parents picked up their kids and dropped them off at school. That's part of their job. So I'm like, so you telling me, bro, that you're working 10 hours, and in these 10 hours, you got enough time to drop your wife off or girlfriend off at work, work your 10 hours, and then come back on time to pick her up.
But I think you live in a super small subset of people dating. Like we can come from Inglewood or wherever and say that, but like once we go to these suburban towns or rural towns, that's not like a normal thing where the women are out doing something and when you go to like when you go to Orange County, do you think that's the typical thing?
No, I won't say it's typical at all like that, but the number's bigger than what it should be.
All right, we can agree with that, but I don't think the number is big. Yeah, we can agree with that. The number is bigger than it should be. I don't think it's common. I give it like an 85%.
85% is pretty high.
Well, no, what I'm saying, 85% on my way.
Oh,
and 15%. And you could be right. I mean, it's hard to determine the scale on that, and I can only base my thing off of what I see.
And this is still I'm gonna be right, because look, the way that you're even talking about this situation is you're talking about it as it's abnormal, right? Mm-hmm. So that fits my point. So if you have a woman making $250,000 and say her boyfriend or her husband doesn't do anything, he drops her off at work and picks her up from work. Now, so you're like, oh, I see that too much. It's that number of that thing happening is too high, which proves what I'm saying, that when a man is making $250,000 and say he has a wife that picks him or drops him off and picks him up from work, nobody's batting eyelashes, because that's supposed to be normal.
I don't know.
I'm right either way. Either the woman is making 250 and dating a dude who doesn't do anything, and you're like, okay, or you think that's weird because when the dude does it, it's normal.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I'm like, just for me,
it is why bridging the gap. Why you have so many corporate women dating felons? You don't. Like, I've never seen this in my life.
I'm like, well,
that's
TV.
Example.
You're talking about reality shows. That's not a real thing.
But I'm like, my rebuttal is that why is it even existing? Just for the fact, if I got 1,000 people and 100 people do that, which is 10%. It's still like a big deal to me how I look at it, because it's like it should be zero. It should be a no-brainer to me. That's how I'm looking at it.
Well, women want to compete in
the
corporate world
to put themselves in that predicament.
In what predicament?
I'm just saying, just to you making 250,000 and then you're going after a guy that can barely bring home 10.
Well, all right. Statistically, this is what's going to happen. If you're gonna make 250,000 in America, then only 10% of people are there with you. 10% of men are there with you. So if you're gonna be a woman who's in the 10%, then what you're saying is statistically you're gonna have to date 10% of the men to even get close to what you're doing, and that's impossible. They all can't do it.
Yeah, I might. Everything you're saying is correct.
It would be impossible for a man. If a man makes 250 and we would be like, he has to date a woman getting close to his pay grade. He can't do it. It's impossible.
Yeah.
But we don't even try to do it. We're like, whatever.
Because it's just, to me, it just seems like that, like that some women just give it a chance. And that's my challenge. It's just that I feel like it should be zero.
I don't know about the image to uphold, but I don't know about the trophy wife either. Like, I think you're putting a negative spin on this. I think a man who makes that much wants to deal with a certain type of woman. Like, he doesn't want to. he doesn't want her working because he's doing so much that when he gets home, he doesn't want to worry about everything that, that has to be taken care of. He doesn't want to worry about dinner. He doesn't have to worry about where his kids have been all day and who took care of them. So he just wants an extra layer there. He wants a traditional wife that can hold him to the level he's putting in at work. He wants he wants the wife that puts in that same level at home, that he doesn't have to worry about that thing. Like the image and the trophy. Yes, those are aspects of men who make that much. Like, sure, the more you make as a man, the more options you have. You'll probably go after a wife that looks a certain way, but I don't think you. I also think that stereotype is a TV thing too, where you have like the blonde who can't do shit, she can't cook. Like, she doesn't take care of the kids. She's usually the stepmom. I don't think that's realistic either. I think that's just a TV prop.
No, I agree, but
I think if a dude's usually a doctor making $500,000, and the wife is usually doing yoga and shit in super shape, taking care of the kids, cooking meals, and doing everything that he needs her to do, and that's how they get by, and he's able to work 16 hours a day and be successful because she takes care of everything that he can't take care of. That's my opinion.
No. I'm like, yeah. Like I said,
I agree with Shelby Stewart. Not control, respect, loyalty. That's what he expects, and to contribute. Yeah, that's what he expects her to contribute. It's not like, I think Bridging the Gap's putting a negative spin on it to say it's an image thing. Like, he needs to look a certain way, or he wants just a trophy wife and power and control.
I'm like, if he's if a man is making, if he's in that top 10% and he knows it, then yeah, I think that he will go after something flawless because you're on that pedestal. You're at that eyeball. Like the just with the Vince thing, right? Like, if she was like below average and like whatever, like, we would destroy him because we were like, dude, you effed over billions for that, like, average, like, you know what I mean? So, like, I know that this woman that he was probably dealing with, she has to be knocked down because it was a scale. You know what I mean?
So Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he did that whole fiasco and getting the maid pregnant, you think she was...
He just got caught up in some silliness.
Oh, okay.
And that was a humongous punch.
Yeah,
he couldn't block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, because where's Arnold now? No shot to him. But,
well, I don't know. Did his wife leave him? I think she stayed with him.
Left him.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Maria Shriver. She's a Kennedy offspring.
Yeah.
Like
Drop Dead Gorgeous, right?
It's a huge shot. You know what I mean? That was just one of them things, like the old saying, hand in the cookie jar, I hope I don't get caught. In my opinion. Okay, but we're stuck on this one. I'm done.
Bridging the Gap, it says, what's up with the reality TV comments? So I keep bringing that up is because I think a lot of people in culture in general today, I was going to pinpoint men, but I think it's cultural at this point. We think like these reality TV tropes that go on, like things that happen. Reality TV is scripted, just like any other show. So like I've talked to people and they start using these figures in reality TV as edge cases of, oh, this happened to this person, this happened to that person. I'd be like, all that shit is fake. So when I'm saying when I'm bringing up reality TV, that's how I'm propping it up. Like, you're bringing up an edge case that's fake. That doesn't happen in real life. Like, it's not usual anyway. Like, if you, for instance, if we just went and did a census and just start going to doctors' houses and we're like, yo, could we see your wife? Could we see what she does? It's not going to be this blonde trophy wife that comes out 90% of the time. Half of them might be, but it's going to be regular chicks that come out. Like regular girl next door women who just
Holding it down.
Yeah, held it down. Daniel Newton, to each their own, though. Some men and women were raised different. If you have kids, she may want to stay at home to homeschool. I think if you gave women the option, like, so if you were like, in this hand, you and your husband can work, and you'll make a decent living. You say y'all together, y'all make $250,000, right? And then you say, in this hand, you stay at home and your husband makes $250,000 and you just take care of the home and raise the kids. I think 95% of the time they're going to choose to stay at home and raise the kids. If you ask me, maybe, maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
I believe majority or vast majority, but that kind of falls under like an old school woman or a culture-based woman that's more structured, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that Americanized women are not structured, but they don't follow, or most of them aren't practicing, that's the word I want to use, are not practicing certain values. They're all over the place, so then it's hard for them to look at a bigger picture of, because a lot of them go, I want to stay at home, like meet these kids. I want to work and be able to do what I want to do because he ain't gonna tell me what to do. You know what I mean? And so, that it still might be majority, but it's gonna be close. And I feel like it shouldn't be that close about certain things.
I think it. Not right. So the example I gave out was $250,000. I don't think at that level that any woman is saying, I want to work. You're not gonna tell me what to do.
Well, I think
that whole discussion is gone. Well, that might happen like at 60, 70, but not at $250,000.
But a woman's rebuttal could be, well, what do I have to do to receive this $250,000?
They already know.
Well, that's what they see.
They might run from that,
and that's what they'll be like. Well, I don't want the $250,000 if I gotta be held down to this standard.
All right, yeah, you might be right about that. They might run from that. Yeah. But
so here's the thing. Let me bring up Mr. Kevin Samuels. Recipes to him.
Here you go.
He said so eloquently within his days that us ladies were brought up from previous generations of women who fell under that realm of being raised traditional, right? Men brings home the bacon, you take care of XYZ in the home. But from those women, they were telling us growing up, there are two kinds of men in this world. One, that yes, he will earn money, but he will also keep in mind your hobbies or your passions or your interests. The second type of man is straight up controlling. So, to prevent that, ladies, because you don't know which one you're going to get, you pursue your education, you make sure you get X amount of income, and then once you get that, then it doesn't matter whether the dude leaves or stays.
Yes, a safety net. It's a
safety net, right? So I do see from the aspect of there's two kinds of men out there. That one, yeah, some are controlling and would just like to say, hey, I'm going to control finances, this, and that. But if he doesn't spin it to where you can see and through his actions, it's for the betterment of your family and your children versus just a betterment for himself. Because, hey, he could take that money and go spend it all on a side chick. And then it's like, oh, he blew our housing payment on some side chick. Because he wanted to be fully in control for whatever his purpose or his reason was. So, that's to say, for every 5 women, what did you say, 5 to 1?
Yeah.
Right. So that's why it's saddening when that outlook has been so implemented, going back to this nuclear physicist dude, that women do see it as, like you guys, as our competition. It's like, well, why did he present, hey, I'm a nuclear physicist, and she just bulldozed that and said, well, I'm in nursing, like, who cares what you do? So that's where we're failing, is that it was so implemented on these two kinds of men that are out there in this world, and that sometimes we just approach it as, oh, he's controlling, or hey, my bag's bigger, or my purpose is bigger than yours. But it's out there, gentlemen. Like, thankfully, you gentlemen don't fall in the realm of being just fully in control. You know what I mean? And I think partly is because you guys have daughters, but, you know, it is what it is.